Welcome back to part 2 of my scam-baiting adventure, featuring the Royal Bank of Canada, or the Royal Bank of Canada.
You see the quotations I'm making with my claw hands? It means I don't believe you.
Previously on Scambaiting, I was contacted by Helena, who told me that my uncle was dead and to ask Elizabeth for the inheritance. In order to make it easier for me, or I guess Sven Tolle, to get his hands on the 50 to 50 million United States dollars, I told Elizabeth and Helena, co-workers at the Royal Bank of Canada, to sort this out amongst themselves. In response, Helena was quite irate on the grounds that what we were doing between us was indeed quite fishy. That's a strange thing to send to someone you're trying to scam. I asked for clarification and she just waved it off, which I accepted because the show must go on. Anyways, I asked Helena and Elizabeth for updates, and Helena sent back to me that because of troubles with a lawyer, she needs $12,000. You see, this is the main part of the scam, the actual part where the scammer asks for money. This is an important part for the scam to actually work. Like, this is the crux of the scam, asking for money. However, I decided to be dense and just tell her to yell at her lawyer a little more. This did the trick, and with the pesky lawyer vaporized, all that was left for me to do was to find a bank with the same telex number. I don't see why I can't just use the original bank account, but she's in the banking business, so she knows more about this than I do. So I just said okay. Back to Elizabeth. I did not have the proper documents, so I could not send her any documents. Back to the main plot line. Having vanquished her lawyer, Helena finally has the documents I need. She also found the bank that I need. To mark the occasion, I am given a brief crash course on telex numbers. You see, once I open my offshore/online account and the funds are released, they will be moved straight into my account, and the transfer will not attract any of the monetary bodies, as the transfer will be seen as in-house, and this is because the banks have the same telex numbers. Okay. Helena, listen to me. I am going to open an offshore account specifically to avoid any scrutiny by the SEC. Are you even trying to not sound shady? Back to the documents. Now that we have them, I can send them straight over to Elizabeth. Pronto. But before I do that, I'd like to take a look at the artistic merit of our scammer. She got the wrong certificate. This says 50 million United States dollars. We all know it's 500 million United States dollars. I guess I can't give this to Elizabeth pronto because it's clearly the wrong deposit slip. The certificate of death, or certificat de décès. So we're all clear. Je ne hablo français. But I would wager a guess that date du décès means date of death, which is May 25th, 2004. Okay. You will recall that this whole saga began when Helena informed me of an investment that Anthony Tolle placed 4 years ago. At the time of this scam baiting session, it was mid-2022. If you're good at math, you may notice that 2022 minus 4 is 2018. And if you're really good at math, you might recall, and this is advanced stuff, that 2018 is larger than 2004. There is only one solution to this temporal conundrum: posthumous investing. In a way, it makes me proud to have Anthony Tolle as my uncle. Most people just give up after they die. Those were the documents Helena gave me. Back to Elizabeth. After I bugged Elizabeth for an extension, she told me that I have 2 days. 2 days. 2 days. 5 days later, I respond with an apology for not responding sooner. I was in a dispute with a neighbor, so I was not checking this email. I asked for an additional extension and also noted that I have the documents, but I did not attach my documents. Haha. After all, how could I attach my documents when the deposit slip is still in this unsuitable condition? On the same day, the 20th, I looped in the entire team, Helena, Elizabeth, and now our new bank, Dr. Chris Davis of the Cooperative Bank, also known as Dr. Bad at Banking of the Uncooperative Bank. I asked for them to transfer my funds. The Cooperative Bank got off to a lovely start, taking 3 days to get back to me. I was presented with a list of account options: the hybrid, the deposit, and the premium accounts. The premium and deposit accounts are recommended for large international transfers because the hybrid account has a daily minimum transfer limits. I don't think most people make large international transactions, so it's very convenient for the ease of large international transfers to be advertised in the opening email. The manager also asked for my full name, mailing address, number, identification, and proof of address. Say it with me now, the sort of personal information you should never share with a stranger on the internet. The premium account. Is it premium enough? In my opinion, having an overdraft facility doesn't decently differentiate it from the deposit account. I sent an email asking for clarification. Back to the 20th of June. Helena is kinda losing relevance by this point. She'll become relevant later again, but in the middle part, she's now just bugging me to do things faster. I gave her the neighbor excuse. Elizabeth, however, told me that the board of directors gave me a final warning and I should get back to her with the documents by the end of the 23rd. Again, this is a deadline, so I'm going to violate it. Even if I wasn't purposely missing the deadline to be obstinate, fate forced me to forego faithfully holding fast to the favored time frame. For I still had the erroneous $50 million version of the deposit slip. At the time, I didn't have my GIMP computer handy, so I was unable to correct this error in time of the deadline. But the 24th of June, 1 day after the final warning deadline, I sent Elizabeth the requested documents, named, of course, Temp 23B and Temp 22B. I finally fixed the deposit slip. As for the death certificate, I didn't feel like putting in that much work, so I just corrupted it so that it is entirely unreadable. The response? I wonder why, but one of them could not be viewed. Second time's the charm. I sent the same corrupted death certificate, and that was accepted. Helena urged me to speed up yet again. In order to keep her well informed about the new cooperative bank account, I sent her the cooperative bank's entire opening email, my reply email, and if she scrolled down to the end of the email, she would know that I sent the Royal Bank of Canada the relevant documentation. Nowhere in this email of emails is there a quotation mark. Quotation marks do make things easier to read, but in this situation, readability is a net negative. As an aside, I did some post-Scambaiting Googling. To my surprise, the Cooperative Bank is a real British bank. What's more, Dr. Chris Davis is a real banker at the Cooperative Bank. Or at least he was. He retired before the events portrayed in this video. Again, this is a bit of an insight or a clever move by the scammer. They're providing real banks and real people for this advanced fee scam. That adds to the believability, or at least it would have, because I did not know of either the Cooperative Bank or Chris Davis at the time because I did not do my homework. I had better things to do. Hold up, I don't think this meme is appropriate. Get that out of here. Go. There, I had better things to do. Helena told me to go for the premium account. It's the account option with the largest advance fee in this advance fee scam. Of course she's gonna recommend it. It also has unlimited transfer. I rebutted. The deposit account also has not transfer limits. The rebuttal was accepted. I was told to ask for more clarification so we won't put our transaction in tight positions. A very good idea, but I'm already doing so. Helena responded, "That is good. Please keep me updated on every response you received okay." She is also having an appointment with her doctor for a medical checkup and will respond to my emails once she is back online. Which, come on, this is an advanced fee scam. You're a scammer. Your job is to be online answering my every question. Why did this come up? Did the actual scammer have an actual doctor's visit or was out of town for some reason? I don't know. But we don't have to worry about Helena, because in case the 24th of June wasn't busy enough, it's the 1-month birthday. Yes, it has been 1 month since I got to the opening salvo of this scam. I have successfully kept up this trail of nonsense, annoyance, foolishness, and uselessness for an entire month. Go me! 4 days after I asked Chris Davis for clarifications, he got back to me. Ooh boy, wait. This is just telling me to look at the previous email. This is useless. Back to a more professional bank. My application for my late uncle account worth $50 million United States dollars was approved. As such, I now have the approval certificate. I should handle it with care because of future reasons. Unlike with previous documents, I was able to quickly correct the approval certificate, in case I ever needed it for future reasons. Fun fact, the Royal Bank of Canada has moved. They're now based in California. Oh. Uh-oh. Looks like I got the wrong flag. There. Much better. Now for the part in bold. My inherited bonds will be liquidated and remitted to my same Telex bank account. So liquid assets are assets that can easily be used. Dollar bills are a very liquid asset. You can walk into a coffee shop and use dollar bills to pay for the coffee. Very convenient, no intermediate steps. A house is also an asset, but it's not liquid. If you want to buy a coffee with a house, you have to first sell the house, aka liquidate your assets. So, in money terms, liquid assets are good because they're more flexible. But Sven Tolle is a game designer and not a finance expert. For all he knew, liquidating is a process seen on this slide. Money, no longer money. Very bad. Helena asked for updates. This gave me a perfect opportunity to voice my concerns. If I use the same telex, my bonds will be liquidated, and the bank you gave me had the same telex type. Should I cancel the bank account? Elizabeth sent me a congratulatory email. This gave me a perfect opportunity to voice my concerns. I don't want my funds liquidated. The above suggests I should use a bank of a different telex to avoid liquidation. What telex should I use, and why? Helena knew more about finance than Sven Tolle. She explained that liquidation is useful, contrary to Sven Tolle's initial assessment. This was a better explainer than what Elizabeth gave me. After the two F's, financial education and fake Animal Planet, it's back to nagging. To avoid being nagged even more, I nagged the cooperative bank in turn. They still hadn't gotten back to me in 2 whole days, and I urged them to be more hastings in their process. I want to open a bank account, but I cannot do so until my question is answered. For the first time in forever, Dr. Chris Davis got back to me in less than a day. He asked what question I had. He sent me the account opening details. I already got the account opening details. The information I require is if there are any other differences between account types, like interest rates, proactive finance rules, and tax codes. Tax codes are used for fund guarding, of course. And proactive finance rules? Well, it is time for you, the viewer, to be proactive. If you subscribe now, you will be certain not to miss the third and final installment of the Tolle Trolling Trilogy. This epic conclusion features the highest highs and the lowest lows for our protagonist. So join me for part 3. I am Icky Man 3, and thank you so much for watching.